there were so many opportunities for him to get like a forward strong, and he just didn't miss it. He just missed it. It was so close. It was so close. Wiz was my teammate, for those who don't know, so I have the full bias for him. Squawk boys go all the way.
Well, I have good news, is that I have bias towards both of these players. The bad news is this is going to be a team kill either way.
Oh, no.
We have w0wells versus Dingo here. Dingo previously on stream. w0wells recently RCS top 50 placed. Been pushing the Wrastor here. One of the like sort of most well-known representatives of the STL scene. And while STL is a pretty good scene, it means that this is bound to happen at some point. We're going to see two air characters. Two characters that like to be in midair, but I'll say one of them has a better time on the ground than the other.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I mean, the thing with Wrastor in any matchup is that, you know, you're going to be smacking your opponent around a lot, but if they find that one hit when you're at 60, you're gone. Like glass cannon to the fullest extent.
I also want to note, these two play each other once or twice a week. So we're either going to see the highest level play or completely negative tier, like overflow Yomi levels of trying to out-predict the opponent.
I mean, that's the best thing is like when you fight someone that you've played a lot, it's going to look really stupid, but it's just because you've played each other so much that like you know what the other's thinking. So it's going to be a good set.
Exactly. Some fun movement there. Look at the Pomme, not quite dash dancing, now just throwing out the single notes. That's not just pressing neutral special, that's neutral special, cancel it, neutral special. It's just a little extra execution. Oh. Taking out the phones, taking off the hat.
Empty your pockets.
Keep all hands and feet inside the ride at all times.
Alright, yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing. Maybe it can't be stage strike stuff. Or maybe they're flipping a coin.
Here we go.
No, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Dingo pulls out the rock. Bans version port.
And yeah, w0wells has been around for a long time. And w0wells is someone who's always been on the cusp. Like always right there about to, you know, get a big breakout event. Top 50 last season, ranked number 50. So like always right at the edge as much as you can be. So we're going to see how well they do against Dingodial, who is having a fantastic showing so far.
Yes, one thing important to note, w0wel knows that Dingo respects the slipstream. It knows how to play around it.
Yup.
So you'll see a lot more careful and sort of non-targeted slipstreams. Afraid of Dingo parrying it or crouch canceling and doing an option.
Yeah, if you do not respect that slipstream, it's free real estate for Wrastor. But, you know, it's frame one crouch cancelable. Literally, you hold down, you can act immediately after. And even if it hits you, like, even if you're not crouch canceling, you can often just hit Wrastor anyway. So, like, if you don't fear it, it loses a lot of the power it has. And yeah, we see this first stock going over to Dingo. Completely confident, taking the reins here in this first game.
Caught w0wells trying to slipstream for better recovery and instead just said, no, you go the opposite direction, buddy. w0wells, though, doing his best to chase down Dingo here. Wrastor Bear hits at such an angle that it's very easy to follow up into a number of kill options.
Yeah.
And w0wells is very consistent at getting those.
And I that's what I want to see right now. Like, what I don't want to see, like that dare forward strong, fantastic. But one of the things w0wells can tend to fall into is just falling forward strong. Just like raw forward strong. And that's like the Wrastor panic habit. If you start throwing that out, that's when your opponent finds all these openings. That's when they find that one hit that can reverse the entire game around. So we got to see more of that consistency, like we saw for w0wells taking the first stock.
Right. Gets a hit here. Dingo uses the dare to just slightly nudge w0wells out of the way. Being above Wrastor is also one of those scary positions in this game.
Alright. Look at the neutral, but no, as soon as you get impatient, Vince's loving arms are right there, ready to close it out.
Wrastor's name was not on the guest list.
Not at all.
Dingo's riding that sound field back. He used to not move, but now it kind of carries Pomme a little close to the stage.
Yeah. Yeah, get that momentum in there. And this is pretty close. I mean, raw forward air from Pomme. Like, as I'm saying it, will close out the stock.
You have foreseen the future.
I have. And so this is where, like, w0wells tends to say, oh, well, I just died to a raw move. Now I need to go for raw forward strong. And so I really hope, you know, we see this ledge situation. You got to have the patience. Back air solid. Keep it going. Got to wait for it.
Dingo decides it's better to
there
just
you
go
go.
to Sunfield, but yeah, slipstream forward strong. It does work. It works here.
Every single time I commentate a Wrastor, it's always a coaching session. I can't help myself. I'm always like, come on, you can do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
double parry right next to each other.
That's what I'm talking about. These people are so familiar with each other. They're just so certain they're going to press a button.
And I like the patience from Dingo. Just get a couple of hits, keep Wrastor at the side of the stage, try and bait out like a dash attack, something like that. Because as soon as, you know, Wrastor messes up near the side, you get that forward air, you get Wrastor off stage. That's when it starts to get dicey for him.
Using the back air boost, or the fair boost, sorry, a little bit. I don't remember the exact funny name for the tech that they have come up with. However, if Pomme lands during fair, you get a little bit of that momentum while you're sliding across the ground.
Oh, there you go. Back air up strong. Just DI in on that. That's all you need.
w0wells takes game one, wearing the Air Rivals shirt, by the way.
It's a great shirt.
Yeah.
Rivals merch is always fantastic.
He's repping his guy, holding the team on his shirt there. Wrastor, of course, was the first Air Rival added.
My boy, my child right there.
Going to Spirit Tree.
Oh, I like this pick. I actually really like this pick. Forward air just destroys you. Up air demolishes you. And the thing is, like, because Pomme is such a light character, I think this works really well. Like, Wrastor versus heavy characters may actually kind of like to go to these smaller stages, but versus lighter characters, I think it works really, really well in Pomme's favor.
Right. It's also incredibly hard to maneuver around nodes, because even if they go under the platform, they cover up so much area that the moment you try to plat drop, they just hit you.
Yeah. Bit of mix up there as well, like off of the up B. You know, you have that platform to work with.
Yeah. Trading dash attacks now. w0wells gets hit by the note, but is able to sneak away from Dingo's position there. Gets caught in a forward air up strong.
It feels like
off the top.
It feels like Dingo's afraid of w0wells when w0wells is off stage. Like, it feels like Dingo gets the opening and sets up for the edge guard, but just gets uncomfortable, goes back to the center of the stage and like gives w0wells an out. And w0wells will take that. Absolutely, every day of the week.
Dingo lands a raw up air, catching w0wells off guard in the middle of his movement. w0wells, though, is very familiar with the parry timing for nodes. Becomes much harder to do when you know for certain the opponent's looking out for that.
All right, good little dash dance. Just throw out some strong to make your opponent uncomfortable.
Both characters have aerials that they can pretty safely throw out as pokes in the neutral. And both of them are trying their best to sort of, you know, space them out well. But the difference is that Wrastor sometimes just has the extra movement and can catch Pomme off guard like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you go, for either of these characters, really, like, if you go into them, not great. Not going to have a good time. I think Pomme in general has a bit better ways of approaching just because you have that float. You're able to kind of have like very low lag arrows on your approach. And so that's what was kind of making the difference here, is that Dingodial was able to use that to find the opening. Like, again, you just got to be able to close it out once you get the hit. And that's where w0wells has been able to pick up the slack, and that's where the difference has been made so far.
Bear eats the slipstream. Up air into forward air off the stage brings us to last stock.
Oh,
the spooky the bird.
Yeah, we got the new last stock stage transition.
Yes.
Just added recently.
I'm so glad to see more of these. I love this.
And it shows the intensity. It shows how close this is right here. I mean, 50%. This is KO percent if you're at the right spot. You can't sleep on Pomme right now if you're w0wells. All right, up air not going to lead into anything. Oh, reverse fair for the approach, but the air dodge comes out.
That confirm has happened too many times. Dingo was ready. Just goes over those fairs.
Oh, yeah, you got to look out for that down strong. Good stall, but no note field to work with because that's on stage. You can't put out another one. That's free real estate.
Yeah, Dingo was unable to get the sound field back and had to commit to just regular moves.
All right, and so, yeah, 2-0. I guess he's 2-0 here for w0wells.
On to forest floor.
You can tell he has my blessing.
Yes.
I tried to make it fun there.
No, I understand. I understand. Dingo, though, gets balls off stage. Uses the forward tilt. That's
forward tilt was insane. You never just see like raw forward tilt from Pomme, as they call it.
Yeah.
Ooh, up air, yeah.
Not quite killing. Wrastor Tornado eats the note for breakfast. Removes projectile. But just keeps him long enough off stage to get fair.
Yeah, so like Tornado, you're not going to be able to do the usual like notes into fair stuff off stage. But when Wrastor's down there off stage, you just wait for the Nado, you wait for the up B, and then you punish landing for it. And like that's what you want to go for. So can Dingo find that adaptation? That's the question here.
Saved his double jump to get out of the clap. Goes
oh,
for the up special.
Yeah. So w0wells went for double jab, tried to bait out a roll into an up B on the ground. So you got to respect the effort there.
Yeah, the jab panic into up special is sort of a Wrastor. It's in the Wrastor playbook, maybe not in the first 5 chapters, but w0wells loves to pull it out in situations like this, where he thinks he's shaken the opponent.
Oh, and yeah, this is where it can get kind of dicey for Wrastor. Once you're like at that 150 range, you're not going to find the usual kind of aerial into strongs, like slipstream into strong from like way across the stage. You gotta be creative. Now, back air on its own will actually start killing around here. Jab 3 will start killing around here. But again, you can't just go for the raw forward strong either, because that's really easy to punish too. So it's like, it's rough. You gotta get a hit to hit Pomme off stage, and this is what you need right here. You need to take advantage of the spot, but raw forward strong knocks you off stage, and this should be a KO, but no. Again, Dingo's not ready. Dingo's not able to wait for it.
In the just raw straw up in the air.
Yeah, like it's just panic on Dingo's end. Not able to punish this, but still you have a stock, like a full stock lead right now.
Panic at the Dingo. However, it is now even.
All right, thank God you know the DI for that. Thank God you know the DI for that.
Yes.
Down it early, up it late. Everyone in Twitch chat who gets hit by that. There you go. You're welcome. Look, that'll be $25.
Everyone in STL except me knows how to DI the tornado. It's sort of just one of our trade secrets.
All right, this is looking really good for Dingo. I mean, full control here in this third game. Still gotta get 2 more after if you close this out, but you gotta be feeling good right now. Just go back to stage, and it's falling up air, I guess, from w0wells. Was expecting to be able to do another jump. No such luck.
Dingo takes the game 1-2, pushing forward.
Yeah, and you got 2 counter picks right now if you're w0wells. Honestly, I would go to a larger stage. Like, I think if you go with Fire Capital right now, that's kind of perfect for you. Fire Capital, you got Frozen. Tempest isn't, I mean, Tempest is, again, it's not awful. I do think Pomme can get a lot of value here, but against her, I think it makes sense just because you don't have to worry as much about those up airs off the top in particular.
Right. You already see w0wells using the platforms for some creative plat movement. However, the double sound field to maneuver and up to that platform there off the side.
Yeah, like that's the only thing where it gets awkward is like, you know, if you want to go for that down strong off stage, that platform's just in your way. It's just a barrier that you cannot cross. And so that can make edge guarding a little bit awkward, but it depends on what you want out of the stage. And if you want just more consistent, to live more consistently off the top, perfectly fine pick.
Up special catches out of the combo there. Bit of a combo break. Bit of a combo breaker, perhaps. If you end up special, or no,
Oh,
if you
no.
pass through sound field during up special for Pomme, she is able to just continue flying, whereas normally she goes into special fall.
I don't know if I've ever seen that uppy like angle in my life.
Yeah.
That's a unique one. That's a unique one right there. But yeah, 2 stocks apiece, 0%. Well, it was counter pick, but it's still been relatively close. I mean, when you look at that last game, Dingo had so much momentum going on at the start. So in that sense, w0wells is playing a lot better in this game.
It's the parry, but does not have anything ready for the punish. Instead, w0wells is off to the side, able to get in. A lot of just scrappy hits here. Both characters using a lot of burst movement options.
Down air, but nothing off of it. Both of them just kind of feeling each other out, getting stray hits when they can. But that's not really what you want as Wrastor. Like Wrastor, you need those kind of big, long, drawn-out strings. Pomme's happy to just take the trade, get you in a better position.
Goes just under the 4 strong.
Oh, the DI mix-up!
Yeah.
The classic. Just stands there, goes to the other side, reverse up B.
It could go anywhere. You don't know.
Yeah, and like in that spot, you literally you just DI up, and then when you see which way you're going, then you DI in.
Yeah.
But Dingodial on the come up recently doesn't have that baked in, muscle memory. Oh, that could be forward strong, but no, up strong, able to actually save
Double
Dingo
dunk.
here.
Goes for the double dunk Oreos, but does not get his milk and cookies. Back to neutral. Dingo has so much going on here.
Yeah, that was a good parry from w0wells. This is looking fantastic. Should be able to close it out. Really good parry. Really good parries on those notes. Just no threat whatsoever. Able to turn it around. 3-1 for w0wells, but still fantastic showing from Dingo. Still in the tournament, w0wells advances to winners finals. Dingo advances to losers quarters, I believe. And yeah, we're not done yet. There is still plenty more rivals coming your way. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Stay here.